Hi, Caleb from Brownells here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the SureFire CS switches. So these are remote switches that work with the SureFire lights, and on this particular setup I have a Scout Light, and then I also have this tail cap here. So I replaced the tail cap so that we can use these new remote switches, and this is just the SureFire tail cap that you plug any of their switches into. So I'm just going to go ahead and screw that in, and then we can get on to what the heck I'm talking about here. So these are the remote switches. They come in two flavors and in two different lengths. This one right here is the CSP, which is the 1913 version. And this is the CSM, which is the M-LOK version. And if you're waiting on the key mod version, then you've been drinking too much of that giggle water. But they come in two lengths, like I said. You have the 7 inches, which both of these are the 7 inches. But you can also get it in a 9 inch. But honestly, 7 is plenty for how most of us set up our guns. And but if you need extra length, then that 9 inch is available. So I'm going to go over how to mount them. And honestly, the M-LOK version, you can mount them on the side. If you have like a lightweight handguard, like the Midwest Industries lightweight or something like that, you can mount them on top. But I'm going to be mounting the 1913 version because I have the 1913 handguard, and I like to mount mine on top so I can get at it ambidextrous. I can go from either side. Okay, now all we're going to do to mount it is we literally just clamp it onto the 1913 rail, and there are some indexing tabs in there, so you just need to line those up. I'm going to mount it right behind this front sight here. Alright, so it goes on there, but the 1913 version is a little loose, though it does stay on there and retain itself. There are slots cut in it, so you can use zip ties to secure it. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and route my cable. So with this SureFire light, it's on the swivel so that we can rotate it and get it as tight to the gun as possible. And when I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and plug it in here. That plugs right in. I'm going to take my excess cable and run it forward and then close my light in on it. And I'm going to come all the way down. I'm going to back off of that sight just a little bit and leave it right there. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is when I run my zip tie, I'm going to come in from this way, and you can see the slot. It just goes right through there. And then I'm going to go around the cable and then through the vents in the handguard. And that way it also acts as some cable management there too. And I'm just going to zip this one. Make sure it's where I want it. Alright, there we go. And I'm going to do the same thing on the fronts. I'm going to go around the cable. And through the vent. And as you can see, it doesn't line up perfectly with the vent, but it's close enough. And because of the angle I'm coming at, I might need to get a tool in there to help me guide it through. I'm just gonna use a small punch here. I'm making this look way harder than it has to be. There we go. Okay. And do the same thing. And just snip off that excess. And then I'll probably come back with something just to melt those in so they're not as sharp. But that's all there is to it. And as you can see, I put my zip ties on that bottom edge right there so they're not in the way. And now, so the switch itself has two positions. You have this Momentary, which is super tactile and easy to not accidentally click all the way on. But if you want to, you can click it all the way on. So advantages to this, I'm going to show my true form lefty version here. The big advantages to this are that rather than having this button over here on the back of the light, rather than having to adjust your grip a little bit to actually go and hit that button, it's just part of your grip. So you can just never break your grip and use that light. But yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions or comments, these are really new awesome switches from SureFire. I'm going to be using the heck out of these. But if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Any experience with this, let us know down below as well. And as always, if you have any questions or if you need help with anything for any reason ever, feel free to give us a call on the tech line. We'll be happy to help you out. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.